Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina, the Reina Creole, and with me, of course, is Retro Nerd Girl. And we, of course, are your Saturday night movie chicks, where you got the 4 o'clock show that's on Retro Nerd Girl's channel, and she had one for The Rocketeer, right?
Yes. We watched The Rocketeer earlier. So much fun.
I'm gonna have to watch a replay of that one. I've never seen The Rocketeer, but I just love the artwork
Oh, you're gonna love this.
from that
Yeah,
film.
you're gonna
Yeah?
yeah. Yeah, you're gonna like it.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
cool. 'Cause,
Yeah, throwback to the 1930s and 40s. Great.
mhm,
Oh,
looks
thank
so
you,
cool. Thank
Thomas.
you, Tom. One of my amazing,
Oh,
amazing mods. Thank you so
oh,
much.
okay.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And no, folks, your eyes are not deceiving you. My gaming rig is back there. It's not lit up. It's not lit up right now because I need some extension cord. I
It
need
looks
some
beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Ugh, been no joke. I've been working on it off and on for about a year. Long story, but I can't wait till it's fire to sucker up and do more gaming streams. So folks, of course, you are here because we have a watch party for what has to be one of the top OG, I say OG because came out during my lifetime, OG sci-fi movies. And that, of course, would be not Denis Villeneuve, Ridley Scott's
Yes.
Blade Runner.
Yes. This is one of my favorites. It's on my top 10.
Yeah, it is. It's the first time that I saw it. I was too young to see it in the theaters, but the first time
Mm.
I saw it, like on video, I was blown away by just the look, which we know, of course, is cyberpunk, but
Yes.
just is so intrigued. It's like even with the dark, just the lighting, the outfits are very edgy. You had an idea of this like bright but yet seedy um, underworld
Mhm.
to this, and oh my gosh, it's just amazing that you have this society where there are these replicants, but they are not easy to spot. They're not easy to
Yes.
spot. Deckard, he's on the job doing it, and it's uncanny how they start with how they try to like flush them out. And I'm like, dang, this is something. This is it absolutely intense. But this film quintessentially 80s, quintessentially sci-fi, and the
Yeah.
book that it's based on, I
Yeah.
had to go and get it.
Oh, it's so good. The book is really good. It's totally different though. Well, a lot different, I'll just say.
Mhm,
I would say the skeleton of the book remains, but all of the
mhm.
the muscles and all the arteries are gone because yeah, a lot of things have changed.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know what? You know they do that, and
Yeah.
it's always that, I won't say conflict,
Hmm.
but it's a challenge.
Mhm.
Because I remember my, history teacher, not history teacher, excuse me, English teacher, anytime there was a film that was based on a book, he wasn't one of those that said, "Oh, no, don't watch the movie, read the book." He's like, "No, watch the movie and read the book."
Yes.
And what you'll see is that there are certain things that you can do in written format that you cannot put on screen, and there's certain things you can have on screen that you cannot necessarily do justice to in the book because they're 2 different mediums
Yes.
with their own challenges.
Mhm. And I do think you could have taken the things from the book and put them directly on screen.
Mhm,
But what I believe is that Ridley Scott really wanted to recontextualize what the book was
Mm-hmm.
and kind of give his own abstract take on it. He really wanted the audience to come up with their conclusions on a lot of the things that were happening in the story, but I believe he broke down or nailed the essential idea that can be derived from the book.
Mm-hmm.
It changes a lot. It's not even the same concept because more the book, I would say the book is more about finding empathy, using like human empathy, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and realizing that some of the times we put a lot of that into the material things that we have, and trying to find somehow the real place that empathy lies. Whereas in this particular story, you will have like humans acting more like they're not, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and where it's like the replicants are more human than human. They're the ones that you end up having the most empathy for,
Mm-hmm.
which I love that, and I love how it just like uses every visual technique possible to show and display this world and expand it in a way, which even connects it to his other movie that everybody knows, Alien. There's a connection between these movies and
Mm-hmm.
how beautiful in his mind these worlds are connected. Um, these sci-fi worlds, and I love that. I love that there is a connection that way.
Mm-hmm.
He's really I really think he's a remarkable filmmaker. And when you ask him the questions about the movie, sometimes he'll give like weird answers, but I think it's because he wants you to figure these things out. That used to be
Mm-hmm.
an an achievement for many directors or filmmakers would be to like, hey, I don't want to just give you all the answers to this movie. It's not going to be enjoyable if you know all the answers. You figure this out and come up with your own conclusions. I love that too.
Yeah, it doesn't okay, this is going to sound kind of rude, but it's true. It's Ridley Scott does not think that his audience is stupid. And that's what I
Exactly.
like.
Yes.
It's like I'm hiding it in plain sight, and
Yeah.
you have to, you have to go and you have to go and find it. And that is much more gratifying than the Denis Villeneuve version. Yes, I saw it. I really have no desire to see it again. I really didn't think it was all that interesting, and it just did to me did not have the style that
Hmm.
Ridley Scott had, or even an homage to his particular style. But in case you don't know, we are going to watch this in a little bit. First of all, I got to give props to Ricky B. He says,
Yeah.
I worked on this
What?
movie. I made all the neon in it. Dude,
Oh my God.
the
That is
neon was
incredible.
the neon was all that
Oh my
in
God.
this film,
Yes.
and I love it. Even when I would play I tried to play a little bit of Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm like, wow, a lot of this reminds me of Blade Runner, and so many movies have
Yes.
tried to capture that essence of Blade Runner. It's to the point now where people can tell who've seen this movie know
Mhm.
when you're ripping something off of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
They just can tell. And let's see, while they were
Well,
shooting the
which I don't
street,
ever mind because it's beautiful.
yeah, it's like it's that
I don't
homage to
ever.
pop culture. It's just like props to,
Yeah.
Ridley Scott setting this up, because something like that had never, at least in my lifetime, had never been done.
Mhm.
So man, as a kid, I was just fascinated by the way that it looked. And he also says while they were shooting the street scenes with the rain, Ridley Scott told me not to be more than 10 feet from him in case something broke.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, Ricky B, that is awesome. And
Yes.
I love stories like this.
Thank you, Ricky B, for working on one of my favorite movies of
Yes.
it's really like really big time for me and my family watching this movie. I actually saw it in the theater when it came out. And right after my mom got me the graphic novel that Marvel, I think it was Marvel who put it out. It's in tatters, but I do have it in the vault. I was going to get it, but I also have, I don't know if this guy, a VHS tape
Ooh,
of
hold on a
Blade
second.
Runner.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, snap. That looks gorgeous. I'm so jealous. I
It's
have,
still in the wrapping, but it is open. We used to just open just the bottom so you could
mm-hmm.
slide out the VCR thing like that, but still keep it in wrapping so it wouldn't get damaged.
Yeah.
That was an old trick we used to do. But yeah, this is really a treasure for me because of how much I love this movie. So thank you for working on one of my favorite movies.
Yes, absolutely. Ricky B, it is amazing how many people like me who were kids. Okay, well, it was rated R, so we kind of saw it a little later. Were just like so affected by this scenery that you'll see it or an homage to it in so many video games. And this was one of just my favorite movies. We'll say as a teenager that had like a crazy fun effect on me. So thank you so much, Ricky
Yes.
B, for this. I will tell you right now, you're not a Gen Xer if you have not seen Blade Runner. I'm
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, folks, let's see who we have here in the chat. 55 of you guys
Ooh.
watching between YouTube and between over on X as well. So certainly do appreciate it so very much. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you heart the live stream over there. But while I go through the chat to say hello, for some people who don't know and to refresh other people's memories, we cannot show the film with audio on screen.
Yes.
So we have it modified to a format that YouTube will not pull us down for. You'll see the closed captioning and you'll also see a timestamp as well to keep up. And of course, the cool thing about this watch party is we do a lot of commentary, stuff that you guys put in the chat about what you see, observations that, that we make, because hey, you really don't watch a movie with your friends in silence. You really don't. So that's how we do it here. And there's also a free copy over on archive.org. I think it's like a special cut, I believe. Not exactly sure. I know I'm watching my copy on Netflix, which is the final cut.
Mm,
So that's on
okay.
Netflix.
What? Okay. How long is that final cut?
Final cut is 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 26 seconds.
Oh, okay. So I have a different one. Okay, let me see. I bet those 26 seconds is probably the unicorn scene. uh,
Probably.
yeah, because I think that's what because he added that one in. Let me let me see if I can get on Netflix so we're the two of us are lined up at least. Because I have my copies from Amazon. I bought ages ago, but let's see. Netflix.
Okay. I know I hadn't seen the film in like so long that I'm like, okay, I know where it is. I know where it is. I do have it I have it on DVD, not Blu-ray, but I have it on DVD. So you can, of course, you can watch it on Netflix. You can watch it, of course, on Amazon. They got everything. You have a copy. Queue up your copy, and there's also the copy that is on the Internet Archive as well. I have every cut of Blade Runner put out. That's one of my goals. I need to do that because I would love to have every single flipping version. All right, so let's see who we got here in the chat before we fire up the film. Joseph Begay, how you doing? Got to ask, so I have the right one queued up. Is this for the theatrical, director's cut, or final cut version? Well, I have the final cut version. So the one that you will see, let's say modified, so YouTube won't pull us down, that is the final cut. So you will be seeing the final cut. Seeing the final cut on screen. So hey DJ Knight, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you here. Solomon Thornton says, hey everyone, hope y'all had a great week. Absolutely, hope you did too. Says Blade Runner is one of my favorite films. I saw the film 2 years ago and it was an experience I'll never forget.
Wow.
Wasn't it awesome?
So glad you enjoyed it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. It's just, like I said, it's one of those movies where you've never seen anything like it before. Yeah. You know, especially that perpetual dark setting, yet it had this life to it. Nothing like it, I tell you. Let's see. Eric Sullivan. Hey, Sally says, which cut of the movie? Probably final cut, because that's the only version I believe available for streaming. Yes. The final cut is the one I'm going to be showing. Don't matter. Honestly, I didn't care.
It's one of my favorite movies. There was, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you. I don't know if it's necessary all the time, but I just like, if it works, if you throw some people in there, I don't care. They had Asian people in here, so that's good. Look, there's one minority group in Blade Runner.
I mean, I didn't think of any.
I was 11. I didn't care.
I didn't care.
Like,
I didn't care.
Story. Oh, this is good. It's set in the future. Science fiction. I was in.
I was just there to see Rutger Hauer. Actually, I was interested in how he was going to fit into everything. I love his character in this movie, and you know what?
He stole the movie.
This is an inside joke, but Retro Nerd Girl, I think Rutger Hauer's character reminds me a little bit of Silas.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's just we're gonna chat afterwards. We'll chat afterwards. I found out some information about Silas.
Ooh, you must tell me. Tell me. Let's see. Who else we got in the chat? Bonzo Kilborn. Hello. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe, like tears in rain. All right.
Yeah.
If that's a quote from the movie, I don't remember it.
Oh yeah. It's one that Rutger Hauer himself made up. Or
okay.
Yeah. By the way, I am doing a review for this, like one of my long like reviews. So comment.
Well, that's going to be awesome. I like that. Retro Nerd Girl does such awesome deep dive reviews. Hey, Linda, good seeing you here. We have got Charles Ratliff in the chat as well. Says, what's up, everybody? Well, good to see you, Charles. Good to see you. And Dylan Soup is here. Says, hey, Lorena. Hey, Retro Nerd Girl sub chat. And yes, I have a preview of one of my new icons. I see. With the pencil art. Can't wait to check it
Oh,
out because Dylan has some great artwork when it comes to his
oh,
avatars. He's so talented. Stop Rat, how you doing? Says hi, Miss Lorena and my sweet retro girl. Runner
wow.
hugs. I love it. I love it. Good seeing you, my dear. Hope you're doing well. And we got Emily Kruger says, hail. Hey, Emily. Good to see you. And okay, I got permission. Tom F says, I fixed it. You can spill the beans. Tom fixed my gaming computer.
Oh,
And do you know what the major problem was? The motherboard that Asus, instead of replacing it, just put a band-aid fix on it. And for whatever reason, my liquid cooler pump that died. That was 2 months ago. I just got the replacement back like 2 days ago. And yeah, and the motherboard. So now I have to do a second RMA on the motherboard. So yeah, Tom got it all straight for me. Basically, I had to get a new motherboard. But thankfully, and I'm so happy, my CPU was fine, still kicking.
okay.
Because when I bought it, it's a Ryzen 7 7800 3D. Let's put it this way. You can't buy it, and if you do, it's probably like $500. I spent like I think 275 for it when I bought it, and the price just skyrocketed because people
Oh,
wanted it for
no.
their gaming computers. So I'm so glad Tom helped to figure out just what
Oh
the
my
heck was
goodness.
going on, and
Tom, you're a genius.
yeah. So if you get suckered in by the sexy Asus boards, buy it directly from Asus or buy it directly from Newegg. Don't buy it off Amazon. I'm just saying.
Oh, boy.
Just saying. Just saying. Chad St. John, yes, I made a fix to it. I made a fix to it. So thank you guys. Sometimes it's like I'm putting stuff up and sometimes I can fudge a number. But you guys will tell me, which is why I love having you all here. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I say hello to everyone. Uh let's see. There's a shot in if it in the 80s, if it had neon in it, and if it was shot in LA, I did it. Okay,
Oh,
Ricky.
really? Did you work on Terminator? That's like my favorite movie ever.
Oh my God. I'm intrigued now. I need to go back and look at my 80s list of movies. I absolutely it I
Tron had a lot of neon in it, but I'm not sure if it had outdoor neon.
mhm.
Wow,
I
we have to
love
pick
it.
your brain. I mean,
I
really,
know.
Ricky B. We need. Oh, back to
It has James Hong in it. This movie can't fail. LOL. Yeah, James
yes,
Hong is the GOAT.
he was. He was only in there for like maybe like 3 minutes, and he's again one of the most memorable scenes in the whole thing. Just great. I do eyes. I
He's
only do eyes.
He's he's awesome. I met James Hong in person at a
Oh,
convention years ago. Because
uh-huh.
if you remember the episode of the X-Files, I don't know if you've ever
Oh,
seen that episode that he was in, and it was the Chinese gambling ring.
ooh,
And when people would lose, they would lose body parts.
okay.
It was one of the best X-Files uh episodes. So you gotta check it out. Yeah, and get it back and sell. Yeah, yeah. I need to pawn it off on somebody. Full disclosure, this sucks. Just saying. Just saying. Yes, the new motherboard is awesome. It's ice white and it's so freaking cool. So
Oh
freaking cool.
man.
Boulder, good to see you. Good to see
Hey,
you. And
Boulder.
Ricky B.
Shut up. I
Yet
love those two movies.
2 more movies. I
I was
absolutely
thinking,
freaking
I was
love.
like, Tron had a lot of neon in it. Okay, I nailed that one, but I didn't think Starfighter, and it does have like this huge neon sign saying where they're at, this little trailer park. Oh my God, so cool. Maybe thank you again for working on
Yeah,
these amazing movies.
I know. Oh my
That I
gosh.
absolutely love. That was my childhood right there, and
Yep.
my teenage years. It was like just dreaming and
And even when I
big.
was oh, sorry, my dear, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say in college, when I was broke, go and get these movies like Blade Runner, Tron, The Last Starfighter. Man, that was some good cheap entertainment. And then you call your friends. Yeah, I got it. You can all bring snacks and watch, and watch these. It was
Oh,
such a good
awesome.
time. Such a good time. All right, folks. Well, let's get ready to show the film of course. So let's see. Let me bring this up. I had to learn the hard way that I have to keep the masking on.
Oh,
Yeah, because if I don't keep the masking on, well, you know what happened last time.
yes. The what
Yeah.
Ricky B says my favorite movie I worked on was 48 Hours. Eddie Murphy was a hoot to work with. 48
Dude.
hours?
Oh my gosh. I love 48.
Yes. One of the funniest movies ever.
Stunt Brat says she worked on another 48 hours.
Shut up.
We'll get to the watch party for that movie.
I know we're gonna have to watch those
So
two
yeah,
movies.
we so are. Oh my gosh. Okay, everybody, let's get our copies
So cool.
queued on up. Of course, I have a little bit of a leader
Okay.
before the film kicks off in earnest. So we may be off like a couple of seconds between one or the other, but no worries. We got you. We got you. All right. Let's see. Ah, shoot. I always get this one mixed up. Okay. Nope. We're going to start from the beginning. Okay. Well, it was supposed to. All right.
Oh, is it starting already?
I screwed up in production for some reason. My countdown got
Should I just start playing
Let
it
me
or?
see. Let me see if I can fix it on the fly. I
Okay.
should be able to.
Forgive me, everybody. I have allergies and they're going haywire right now.
Yeah, mine did too, which was not a whole lot of fun.
I feel so spoiled. I'm like watching the best movies ever every single week. We're just having
We're
having a
having
ball watching these movies. It's just so wonderful.
yeah, we're having the best time. Okay, I think I fixed it.
Oh, okay.
I think I fixed it. Okay.
All right.
All right. I think I fixed it. Oh, technology, gotta love it. And there we go. So we maybe a couple of seconds. No worries. That's why we got commentary going on. And that little timer up there in the upper right corner. So you can see where we are in the film.
Cool.
The other thing is, who did the music for Blade Runner? Because that score is insane.
It was there we go. Eric knows Vangelis.
Vangelis? Oh,
Yes.
okay. I'm sorry to hear he passed away.
Yeah, a very interesting choice for music, and a big risk, but it's worth it.
Let's see.
It fits it perfectly.
It's awesome. Oh my
The
gosh.
backstory too to this movie is so incredible. It really deserved its own movie, a prequel.
Oh my gosh, he did Chariots of Fire and 1492 Conquest of Paradise. The score for that was really good. I liked 1492. It just gives this ominous yet I don't know how to put my finger on it, but it's very I don't know.
Well,
Kinda
it
out
feels
there.
very atmospheric. It almost feels like diegetic sounds instead of like actual music. It's like, oh, this is like where your surroundings. This is just music from your surroundings.
Ah, okay. The Tyrell Corporation to the Nexus being virtually identical, known as a replicant. Oh, remember crawls, you guys? Yeah, Andrew Wordner. Yeah, it's kind of ambient. I get you. Yeah. Thank you. Because I could not. I'm sorry. My brain couldn't access the thesaurus part for me to figure that out.
Yeah, like this just sounds like maybe a machine in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to let everybody know a lot of this movie has a lot of imagery and ideas from the movie Metropolis. I believe it was 1927 or 28 or 29. I always get the date exactly wrong. But from the 1920s, Metropolis, there's a lot of ideas that are kind of woven into this story, including some of the building structures.
One of the things that stuck out to me, and I still remember it as a kid, watching The Crawl, when they said for the Blade Runners, when they executed one of the replicants, it wasn't called an execution, it was called retirement.
Yes.
And I was just like, well, why you gotta sugarcoat it? That was like my question,
Because they really wanted to make the emphasis that they weren't alive things, that they were less than animals.
It was just one of the things that interested me when I was a kid. I'm just like, well,
Right? It's surprising.
why are they it's like, well, why do they call it that? Why is it that they're calling it something that it truly isn't? And I think that's one of the things that piqued my interest about this movie, because that was the mystery. It's like, what are they trying to cover up when this happens? From what they're calling it. Oh,
and the
this
fact
was
that I was gonna say, like, also because of the fact that they're property, basically, of the Tyrell Corporation.
True.
Yeah.
Kinda
Yeah, this
like,
scene is crazy. I
I was just
remember
like,
seeing this in the theater as a kid was just maybe I shouldn't have probably, but it was great.
like, "They're gonna scan your brain through your eye." That was just me. I was a weird kid, okay? I was like, "Is this some kinda high-tech polygraph test?" Mhm,
And it's a fancy Turing test, which I love.
mhm. Hello, Felicia Mullaney. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Sophia.
Well, happy birthday, Felicia.
Oh, happy birthday.
Hope you had a
Thanks for
great
joining us at your
one.
birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Trying to find logic where there isn't any. It's a fuzzy area. I can see it now. It's just like, this is how I break AIs. Okay. I have by asking certain questions that are fuzzy, but when you're a robot or you've got software, well, the older ones, you're dealing in absolutes. If it can't find out where that it doesn't fit in a particular category, it can go nuts and it can get stuck
Yeah.
in a loop and not get out. And I think this sounds exactly what they're doing. Mhm.
And so you hear that heartbeat in the background. So cool. I love it.
Mhm.
Sorry. I'm nerding out. Okay, stop.
He's stuck.
I get like this. I get like this sometimes.
Does not compute, does not compute.
Yeah. Don't ever talk about my mother.
Watching yes, watching this now, I totally saw what was totally see why they're doing what they're doing.
Oh man. Oh, I love this scene. Just seeing the blimp going by.
Yeah.
So pretty. Oh, so all of this neon stuff we're watching is all
Mhm.
Ricky B's work. Oh my god, this is
Yeah.
so cool. Oh, did you do the umbrellas too, Ricky B? Wow, that
It reminds me in a lot of ways of, Tokyo, and I guess
oh yeah, yeah.
that was on purpose, Ricky D? I don't know because when I first saw this, I'm like, "This looks like Tokyo."
Yes.
To begin again. Yeah, it's a noodle cart.
Yum, I would so be there.
Likewise.
Noodles,
Especially some
please.
soy ramen, soy sauce-based ramen. Oh, or Charles Radcliffe says, "I see they sell Coke in the future." Yeah.
It makes it to the future.
Mhm.
Well, actually, this is the year 2019 in the story. So
Mhm. "You can speak English?" This always cracks me up scenes where you have somebody obviously, like, speaking a foreign language, and all of a sudden they start speaking English. You're just like, "What?"
yes. I think this world, everybody knows how to speak all of these languages because they're part of the street
Mhm.
um, dialect. And Gaff, played by Almost, he just speaks everything in a gibberish altogether.
Oh, okay. Eric says it was it's a patois.
Yes, he's doing some patois, and I think he's doing, like, something else in there too. And he still has his noodles with him. He's like, I'm not going anywhere without my noodles."
I would too. I'm not leaving my noodles. If you've ever had like good fresh ramen, you're not leaving that.
Oh, yeah.
That broth is all that.
Oh, just thinking about the broth right now. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. Ricky B says, see that guy? I sat next to him at dinner for a month talking about remodeling his house and woodworking. Okay.
Oh.
Yep, Eric, you're right. And this is parodied in The Fifth Element.
Yes, The Fifth Element took a lot of inspiration from this.
I love that.
Skin jobs.
Folks, we are at 11 minutes and 49 seconds watching Blade Runner, the final cut version.
Mm. Oh my goodness. Holden didn't make it. That was Holden in the beginning. I got shot.
Because if he was as good as you, he wouldn't have, got popped. He's like the replicant whisperer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He knows so much about them.
Joseph Begay says
So the
it's
motivation.
incredible. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Joseph Begay says it's incredible. The quality of the special effects holds up even in 4K.
Yes, but let me also just remember that they did make some upgrades to this. I believe in the early aughts they did, or I could be wrong about the exact date, but they didn't clean up any areas where it's like wasn't quite perfect.
Yeah, the origami, Eric.
It looks great though.
It's a chicken, he says. When he dropped the origami, when he left it there.
Oh, I love this scene here when you get to see all of the different models that they have. Oh, well, the different ones that they have. Leon. Roy Batty. Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, Batty.
Zora, this is my girl. I love her. I love myself some Zora.
Zora. Yeah.
I love her so much. In
Mhm.
the book, Pris and Rachel were supposed to be the same. They looked exactly the same, which is I thought it was interesting that they made them completely different look in
Mhm.
this one.
With the type of models that they are. What?
Yeah, the book is a trip. It definitely is very, very good. Ow.
I gotta read it again. I
Oh
really
yeah.
do.
Oh yeah, it's a treat. It's a treat.
And I forgot they die in 4 years.
Yeah, they have a 4-year lifespan, and so that's pretty much why uh they came back
Mhm.
to Earth because they are trying to figure out
Mhm.
how to extend their lives.
Right. Solomon Thornton says Blade Runner also has elements of a French film from 1965 by
Yes,
Jean-Luc
Alphaville.
Godard called Alphaville.
Yes, Alphaville. Yes, that's a good. I am like not quite finished with that movie. I got through half of it, and then
Mhm.
I got interrupted. But yeah, that's another really cool connection. There's a couple other movies too. I'll mention it as we get to the scenes where they kind of relate to. So beautiful, this music as you see this incredible building. These are all like fantastic miniatures.
And just the scenery that they have going on with this, it's just gorgeous to just watch.
Yeah, yeah, the lighting, the colors they use, everything. Just
Mhm.
I always compare it to like deep dark chocolate.
This look was so cool
Yes.
and so 80s.
Yeah. And inspired by like the 1940s.
Mhm.
So great.
Mm. Head guy. Solomon Thornton says the actress that played Rachel, Sean Young, was supposed to play Vicky Vale in Batman 1989, but she hurt her ankle and was replaced
Yes, and
by
then later on
Kim
she
Basinger,
wanted
right?
yeah. And then later on she wanted to do Catwoman and turned out to be a disaster because yeah, just it didn't work out well for her. And I thought she would have made a fantastic Catwoman, but she scared the director, I think.
Yeah. And Eric says it's a great show, don't tell. The only sunlight we see is in Tyrell's pyramid. Above the
Mm,
clouds, everything underneath is perpetual gloom and rain.
yeah.
And hello, Deborah Reifreda. Welcome.
Oh, hi, Deborah. And that was one of the themes that I thought was from Metropolis, where you had the rich on the upper level and then the
Hmm.
poor on the underbelly of the city
Hmm.
underground. So, yeah,
Love the smoke.
it's perfect, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. This is like a fuzzy. This is like a learning model. You Miss Deckard. but but now after taking, after being in engineering and doing a lot of like programming computer code, I totally get it. Notice the fade out. Of course. Yeah, that question tripped her up. Because everything was about how she feels about a human, but
I love this.
hmm.
You're talking about memories. I love that line. Sorry,
Or
I love that line so
something.
much.
Yeah. So they're gonna shove a memory disk in your exoskeleton so you have data points to reference. Like when
Mhm.
dude asked about his mother, it's like, what is that?
Yeah.
And flipped out.
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing about the Nexus 6 models is that they were the first to actually get memories, and that changed them a lot. They did a lot more work,
Mm-hmm.
and they were able to understand, they were able to learn faster, but they would always um, exhibit emotions that were too much like human beings. So
Mm-hmm.
they're like, we need to watch these guys. We need to like
Yeah.
put the hammer down on this.
It was kind of like it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. But it was so profitable for the company, and they were, of course, they're
Mm-hmm.
not going to stop doing that. Prior to this, the prequel, I guess you could say, is that a woman was innocent. She got murdered by one of the robots, and they just kind of let it all, brushed it under the cover as a suicide. But
Mm-hmm.
there were signs they weren't supposed to do this. Just for clarity, everybody, this is at Leon's apartment, the replicant that we saw at the very beginning of the movie. And so our boy has found a little clue.
Isn't
A
what
little,
scale is that? That's like off the replicant. Man, it's been such a long time since I've seen this movie.
well, we're about to find now. I won't give away too much, but it's going to lead to something. And this is where I'm like, the detective work in this is where I'm like, I love it. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people think it's like boring and stupid, but he's doing quite a bit of detective work. He found photos.
Yeah.
These
I
are
like this.
These are Leon's memories. that he has been able to capture on with these pictures. And so we're about to find out what's actually going on in this. Ooh.
Apparently, there's Atari in the future.
Yes, Atari didn't make it. It made it.
I love Rutger Hauer in
Oh,
this.
isn't he so good?
He's awesome in this.
And with the bleach blonde hair is the perfect
Mhm.
look for that bad boy look.
Very David Bowie looking.
Mhm. So now Leon can't go back home because the police have been there.
Mhm.
This is so cool, this particular scene with the people on the bicycles. It's just like
Mhm.
they could have just cut that scene and not have that there, but it just like kind of gives you an insight to what the city life is like.
Mhm.
That there are gangs of people who are like on bicycles traveling through the city in packs, you know? Probably to stay safe. He's just having a ball in there by himself. Oh my god.
This dude. Stop messing with my plugs, man. That's James Hong, right?
Yes. He's not supposed to be able to do that. At least humans are not supposed to be able to do that.
Mhm. He's not exactly the smartest replicant.
Yeah, no. But they did that to show him that to scare him.
Mhm.
Um, this is all of, to get him to confess
Mhm.
stuff.
I guess he used to work for Tyrell.
No, he's still working. He's just all he's doing is just the eyes for all the
Oh, okay.
all the all the product.
Mm, it just seems so out of the way. I'm like, "Oh, is that a little hideout?" Hmm. I guess it's a cryogenic facility.
They're sick, okay, because they're just terrorizing this man.
Mm-hmm.
Rutger Hauer, you're he's such a good bad guy.
He is.
Ah,
Because remember, for any good film, the villain needs to be the villain and seem invincible.
yeah.
Hey, Lance from the Outcast Creative says Lancey just in from raving transcendent was like being in the movie Blade Runner, so very apt.
Yes. I know. I gotta go clubbing with Lance one of these days. We gotta make this happen.
He's always clubbing.
Oh man. Ooh,
Hmm.
she's just chilling out in the corner.
Well, folks, we're at 31 minutes and 46 seconds watching the final cut of Blade Runner 1982. That code is banging.
It was like crazy. Like,
Soon as I saw it, I'm like, I have to have that.
those are memories. Love this part. Oh, I just like I'm the aider. I felt you feel so bad for her because she's finding out that all of the things that she felt she
Mm-hmm.
experienced are not real. And it kind of reminds me there, like of Total Recall, where you can implant some, some experience. Like, hey, I was
Mm-hmm.
on Mars. You know.
I was a secret agent. He's never been to Mars.
Like, oh, we didn't even put the implant yet.
I know.
Sorry.
That scene was literally just bam, bam, bam. While he's trying to sell it,
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I always feel bad for her here because she's like, "Oh my, I'm not even. Am I real or what?"
Yeah, it's that, existential crisis. Kind of like with Data in Next Gen.
Mm.
He's so advanced, but it's like he's trying to figure out who he is. Kind of like Buzz Lightyear finding out he wasn't the real Buzz Lightyear. he was a toy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember that. Oh, poor thing.
Yeah, I felt for him. Oh, I couldn't see the writing on the back. Well, they flipped that. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, now he's looking at Leon's pictures now,
Mm-hmm.
seeing like, okay, there's gotta be some secrets in these.
Didn't he see a reflection in the mirror? Okay.
Yeah, that part's coming up.
Okay. Okay.
I love that scene so much, and I know a lot of people hate that scene. I was like, yes, you could do that. It's so pretty. This scene here. You can look out his balcony, and it's just so pretty.
Yeah.
And dark. It's dark. It almost.
It's the atmosphere. Ah, here's oh shoot.
Daryl Hannah
Yes.
as Pris.
Yes. As
They're
Pris.
very great. By the way, the look, her whole entire look, she came up with, which I thought was really genius. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, I
I
get it.
loved it. It looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, this is like drop dead gorgeous girl, and she's like, put dirt on my face and give me a ratty wig.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great sacrifice for playing a really cool character, interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
So now that they have a name of somebody to target, they've dispatched her to do this. I mean, I kind of like her outfit though. Would I wear it out? If I had the body for it, maybe.
Who's she hiding from? I just love this. Just like the atmosphere and
Oh, she actually fell for real. She actually hurt herself for real in that scene, but yeah. This is a beautiful setup. So I should say that.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt bad for this character, Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, she is a pleasure model, so she knows what to say.
yes, she does. She's so
What to
smart.
say, how to act,
Mhm.
how to act coy. She's the whatever the kind of girl that you want her to be. Yeah, I remember because okay, I'm not gonna say anything in case it's a spoiler.
I love that. Wow.
I got him. I got him. That's what she's thinking.
Oh, yes. The music had that perfect, like, yeah.
To make you realize she is not as innocent as she thinks.
And we didn't see her really. We saw a little bit of her face and when they were talking about all the replicants, but we didn't really get to like see her. And so
Mm-hmm.
with this, it's like if you're seeing this for the first time, it's like, who's this girl? Like, what's going on here? And trying to put the pieces together of this puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Because what we saw earlier was kind of like just the generic outline of what the
Yeah,
model was and what it does, but not anything personalized.
yeah.
Oh man, she whacks him, doesn't she?
No,
Didn't she? Okay.
no, no.
Okay.
She doesn't.
Okay. Whew. It's
She
been a
could have
long
though.
time
She,
since I've seen this, y'all.
yeah, they need him a little bit more.
Hmm.
They have to
Hmm.
finesse him a little.
Ricky B
So
says
this,
to make
oh,
Oh, I'm
go ahead.
sorry. Ricky B says to make the rain visible on film, they use 6 2 3/4 inch fire hoses.
Holy moly!
Dang.
Wow. I always loved this with his apartment filled with all the little robots and toys. It's just so charming.
Oh. Hello,
I
Better with
remember,
Bacon says Blade Runner is essential cyberpunk viewing. Yes, one of my all
oh,
time
thank you.
favorites.
So good to see you.
And there are over 109 of you watching between YouTube and X. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yes, such a great movie too. Yeah, I remember seeing that as a kid and just like, oh, I want a place like that. It was like my dream idea to have a place full of, these dolls and toys that like wind up and go. I
Mhm.
always thought that that was so cool. I didn't actually have that, so so don't think I'm crazy because I didn't actually go through it. This is the scene that was added, the unicorn scene, which is supposed to
Ah.
which uh, is supposed to let us know that it's a memory or a vision or a memory.
Mhm.
And at this point is like a personal thing to Deckard only.
Hmm.
He's the only one who has had that vision or thought of. And so later on when we see it, it means something totally.
Ah, okay.
It means we could. Oh, okay. So this scene, I love this so much. I remember seeing this for the first time and just feeling like, what? Uh,
Ugh, this was photo manipulation before it's commonly used. Like, let's zoom in on that part.
so cool.
Like, why are these pictures so important?
Yeah.
It's like, what am I missing? This is why I
Yeah.
like the mystery of this because,
The detective work he's doing,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
There's another movie that does this exact thing, but not a lot of people recognize it or have seen it. It's called the Andromeda Strain. There's a
I
part,
have.
yeah, there's a part in there where they look at an image. It's not a picture, but it is. They're zooming in on something, and they do a similar thing in here where they kind of go like to the right, up left, up down, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
And they do something here that I think is so crazy.
The scales.
They're like literally going around the corner. The camera is going around. That's that girl Zora in the house.
That's
I love this
Zora.
show. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With the
Tattoo on her face and neck.
mm-hmm.
She's not even playing around. She was like, not. It wasn't even popular back then to have a tattoo like that. Like, get my neck, get my.
On a Polaroid.
Like, uh-huh.
This was the peak of technology in 84. I mean 82, man.
So if that picture, like, you can gather that if Leon is looking at that picture, he has enhanced eyes to the point where he can actually see Zora clearly without the machine.
Mm-hmm. I need you to do a job for me. Not fish.
I love the details of the guy having such long nails. Or the lady, sorry.
Let me see what we got. Snake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, like a cop who's got like their sources on the ground, who to talk to about a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I love this detective work. It's slow moving, but it's like we are getting, we are uncovering things,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And it
We're
keeps you
getting from,
engaged because it's just like, I got to find out what happens,
yeah.
you know.
What does the photo mean? Who, or, what is the scale? Where is it taking it to?
Mm-hmm. Remember, he got asked, did you get your precious photos?
Yes.
Love how everyone has their specialized gear on too.
Ah,
Hmm. Somebody with money. Eric says it's to protect them from radiation poisoning and fallout in the rainwater.
oh.
Scales. Okay. And Stump Rat has her dinner in her little Hood Mex restaurant, ordered salmon, veggies, and baked potato. That sounds delicious.
Oh, yes. Oh, baked potato? Mm.
This music, it's got like this speakeasy flavor. I don't know that girl.
It's a very Middle Eastern sound. It's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. What was written, folks? I want to say that's
I
a
know you
clue.
can't make out what it says.
They're doing that to us on purpose.
Oh, the old 555 number.
FaceTime before FaceTime.
He was hitting on the he was hitting on her.
Put a buck 25 in. Wait, was that a hair in his drink?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Or it might have been like a cherry stem.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going by the name Miss Salome.
Mm-hmm. Let me charm you with my snake dance.
Yeah, so bad that he had to look away when she was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It leaves it to your imagination.
It was one of the worms from his drink. That's what Joseph Begay says. Okay.
Oh, it's a worm. Okay.
Yeah. Like the one in the bottom of the tequila bottles?
Ooh.
Allegedly. I don't know. I don't like tequila. And the only tequila I drink is Patron. Oh, I remember this scene.
Yeah. He's like doing a fake voice and everything.
Where is it? I was just fascinated by how the scales were put on her.
Yeah. I like the way she's like, for what?
Some dude in her in a dressing room.
She knows something's up.
Wait. Didn't she put on like some clear raincoat? He was chasing after her.
Oh yeah, that's
Shot
coming
her.
up. Oh, yeah. That's coming up, yeah. She knows something's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hi,
she can't
Bloodline
you
Josh
can't
Perry.
oh, hi, Bloodline.
Welcome.
In the book, this character is actually an opera singer. Which I thought it's very interesting that
Really?
they took such a turn. Okay.
You said opera singer, and my mind went to the blue-looking lady in The Fifth Element.
Ah, Fifth Element, yeah.
There's a snake.
I love this part. Right in the
Dry me off. Mm-hmm.
She was.
For some reason, this stuck in my head. This whole scene. Yeah, I'm gonna kill you.
He would have. She would have easily killed him right then and there if it wasn't for those people coming in.
Yep.
So this was a very lucky moment for him.
Plus, the other thing was how she went out. It was, it was cool yet extremely disturbing at the same time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was disturbing.
Folks, we're at 55 minutes, 55 seconds watching Ridley Scott's Blade Runner from 1982. It's like, where that chick at? That's the Harry Christmas.
And they made it to the future.
Yep, she's in a clear raincoat.
It shows, though, one thing I like about this scene is that it shows at what lengths he's willing to go to get his target.
Like, where is she? Don't walk. Well, we've got Blvd watches in the future. How much product placement went in this? Well, in the 80s, they really did do that.
Run, girl, run!
This was crazy. Yup. Girlfriend was booking.
She was like, I gotta get out of this. Oh no. My poor Zora. You were a trooper.
Nuts. Through all that glass.
She was not a pleasure droid either. She was one of the droids that were like
I want to say military grade, but I think it was like about that. Because they tried to infer that Pris was less than.
Yeah.
Because of her classification.
Yeah. Or less of a threat.
Yes.
At least.
Yeah. Dang.
So brutal.
They did that in slow-mo, and I gotta
incredible.
say,
yeah,
I gotta say, I like how they had her in the clear raincoat because you saw like just how much blood came out of her, or was it just simulated? You know, blood under the skin, but still, it looks like
yeah, it looks pretty bad.
Yeah,
even he's ready to throw up.
I gotta give props to the design team for that.
Yeah.
Just seeing how stiff she is. And Charles says, pour one out for her.
I know, for my girl. She was amazing. I loved her.
Yeah. I just love how you hear the heartbeat and it ends.
Yeah. And there's Leon. He's watching. He's like, okay, that was his girlfriend.
Kill my girl.
The picture in the photo was his picture of his memory of Zora. Oh, a love story in the middle of all of this. I love it. I'm a romantic at heart. I'm gonna create romantic stories out of nothing.
Oh, that's okay. Which brings me, well, when that scene comes up, for some reason, I'm like, that's kind of hot. I love how his eyes look.
Oh yeah,
Everything's
yeah,
almost. That's a
yeah.
great. That's a cool SFX
Look,
job.
yeah, yeah. I love his character there. He's never too far away from the Blade Runner.
Nope.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's 4.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean 4? Mm-hmm.
See, this tells you what kind of a horrible person Tyrell is. Is, oh, this is my niece,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And then when stuff goes down, he's like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to kick you out of the organization." And so there she is, right there. He sees her. When I first saw this, I was like, "Oh no, he's going to go kill her right now." Oh my God, he's heartless. We just saw him kill one, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously, oh boy. Not really effective.
Mm. They didn't do a daggone thing. Years.
Woo!
We knew that.
Leon is so super strong. Yep. His dialogue here is so good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that hurt.
I love when he slaps him
Dang.
like that. He's like, "Wait."
Time to die. I remember that line too.
Yes.
And Rachel comes in clutch.
I know. You owe this lady your life. He
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to kill her. So I think her doing this really she saved him.
Mm-hmm.
She gotta return the favor.
How stiff is that drink, dude?
Joseph Gay, you are a savage.
Double tap him. She can't double tap him. For some reason, she likes him for whatever reason.
No, I mean when she got Leon.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
agree.
double tap.
I agree. No, you if you shoot one in the chest, or is it one in the head and 2 in the chest? Walk up to him. Exactly. Really?
Now in the book, Rachel is no, knew that she knew that she was a replicant, and she's been working to stop all of the Blade Runners, and she's been really successful.
Mhm.
A really nasty piece of work, that Rachel in the book. So I'm
Mhm.
glad that they changed her character to make her more of somebody we can empathize with in this movie. I think the book was anti-replicant or anti-robots, whereas this one is more like, hey, these guys are actually multi-layer. They have
Mhm.
it's not just, oh,
She likes looking at him like, "Oh, dang, yeah, that's a lot of blood."
Leon messed them up.
Dude, you got effed up by a replicant.
And I love the way they have that the red eye glow thing. It's actually a very practical effect of having a light source in a certain direction and everybody's eyes light up
Mhm.
like that. I'm sure we all experienced this when we took pictures back in like the 90s.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mm. You wanted that one. Yeah, you got that right. You need to kiss her feet, saving your ass. Ah, I'm the worst.
See here where his eyes kind of glow for a minute. A
Mhm.
lot of people,
Yeah.
that's how they associate him with being a replicant, which I don't mind. I know some people are very upset to think that if he was a replicant.
I know in, Denis Villeneuve's version, he did that, and I didn't like that because I liked the question that hung out
Yeah,
there of, "Is Deckard
me
a
too.
replicant, yes or no?"
Yeah, yeah,
And Ridley Scott left it up to you to figure out if you think that's true or not true.
yeah. In the later years, he was more definitive about what he thought, and I
Mhm.
didn't mind it. I'm like,
Good question.
mm,
Charles Ratliff, yeah, I'm trying not to let's just say my parents got to see, like, Blade Runner before I did, and I was surprised they actually let me watch that scene, just saying. Or they forgot I was there, I don't know. I don't know.
oh, look at how beautifully set this is.
To the lighting, to
Mm.
her, costuming, her hair,
Yeah.
the sheet music, the vintage pictures.
See, I always wanted to know about those pictures, if Deckard was
Mhm.
just collecting photos of random people or if those were his family's pictures.
Hmm, that's a good question. They're playing oh, and she can play. Well, obviously, yeah. And what if I did my hair like this? It's a very feminine thing to do.
Hmm.
So I always found this interesting how she does this transformation because she's intrigued by Decker.
Yeah.
Or is it because she saw the pictures?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Hmm. And I like the space that they give to this. No, you actually heard it. Mm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's just kind of like, what? What are you
I'm
doing?
a virgin.
Did you just lick me?
It's like, wait a minute, what's happening here?
Did
I
you
don't know
just
what's
lick
happening. I
me?
need to get out of this.
She has no reference for that at all.
Yeah, she's innocent. She's an innocent. Let's just put it like that.
Well, now
Oh
that would
no.
be called false imprisonment, but just saying. Solomon Thornton said she couldn't compute it.
She's like, I cannot compute.
Like, I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna go over here. Kind of weird. It's like, Deckard, why are you making out with a replicant?
Why are you doing this, Deckard? This scene is so confusing, right? It is like, what's happening here?
Trying to teach her stuff she doesn't know.
Yeah,
Or
like,
isn't aware that,
okay.
I don't know if those were kind of I don't know if those were memories that his niece had. I don't know. I'm not convinced.
Oh man. A very interesting scene.
Very
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah. And I still don't know what to make of it. Okay, so I feel like this is Pris's war paint. And she knows she's going into war and she is putting on the war paint.
Mhm.
There's like rats all around and he's just
Like, yeah, I'm getting myself stretched out, limbered up. Who was stronger, Pris or Zora?
Zora
I thought Zora was, yeah.
Yeah. No, she was gonna kill him if if those people didn't come in the room. She had that.
She was the stronger model. You saw the specs in the beginning.
You look beautiful. It's okay.
Well, thank you.
You got a visitor.
Ah, here comes the bad boy.
I know he's coming. He's coming. I always felt bad for him. Oh, Sunbread says she wants a pink retro nerd girl mug. They're coming. Well, actually, I think they're already available.
I need to get my merchandise game up like Retro Nerd Girl.
Well, I need to buy some. I need to buy some more mugs and stuff like that. Like I want to buy the one from your shop.
Oh.
So we like when we do these, I can have them.
The mug.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it would be really cool.
Mm-hmm. You'd have pink mugs and I'd have blue ones.
Ooh. Look at how he like walks between them.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Like,
Yeah, he didn't like being blocked like that.
uh-huh. It's like, oh man.
Do you like him?
Oh, he's telling her what happened.
What?
He smiles.
He said, I'm not going out like that.
No.
Over 130 of you watching between
Oh.
YouTube and X. Thank you so very much for being here. Sure to appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you heart the stream on X. And Ricky B says, thanks, Reina Creole, Retro Nerd Girl, and everyone in the chat. Gotta go enjoy the rest of the movie. Well, thank you, Ricky B, so much for being here.
Hope to see you again real soon. Take care of yourself, Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks again for sharing all your stories with us tonight.
Yeah, because my mind is blown.
Me too. Oh my God.
Hey, Darth Plato.
Oh, hi, Darth.
Yes.
See, Sebastian figured it out that they were replicants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're like, really? The way they look at him, like, really?
He sounds like such a hick. Cognito ergo sum. Oh my gosh, Batty is crazy.
I love Pris because she is so. I love the look that she gives. She gives like a mischievous look sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and the way her facial expressions change within a second,
Mm-hmm.
a microsecond.
We're gonna die.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He likes Pris.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing him.
Mm. I don't think that's good enough.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Physically intimidating him
Mm-hmm.
and mentally messing with him too.
That was not a request. Question?
Her only friend. He doesn't say.
Go into the water where the water's boiling. Don't be mad.
I love her face, man.
Oh, Darth Plato, did I say my Latin right? I said cognito ergo sum. It's cogito ergo sum, right? Thank you. Yep. Also, Data said the same. No, was it Data or was it Lore? Who said that in Next Gen? Y'all tell me. I know it was one of the two who said that. No, 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 no. It was Moriarty who said that in Next Gen.
Oh.
I think. Dang it, I have too much useless knowledge stuck in my head. Hey, Sebastian. Wow. That's pretty pimped out looking. A
Yeah.
nice bedroom. I got some friends. Is that a code?
Oh no, they're playing a chess game, and so it's a move on the chess game, but it makes no
Oh, they're
sense.
playing virtually. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it makes no sense, his move. So he's like, what's wrong? Tell me what's going on.
Is that a message?
Yeah.
That's why I said he's speaking in code. Because I told you. As you wish. Here I come with some friends. Folks, we're at 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 39 seconds watching Ridley Scott's Blade Runner. And I forgot to fix the banner.
I brought a friend. Like, oh, I didn't fix.
Well, I'm here now. How you like that? Kind of reminds me of Frankenstein.
Oh
Dr.
yeah,
Frankenstein,
definitely.
Frankenstein's
Yeah,
monster.
yeah. There's a lot of. I have like, I would say 6 pages about this scene right here that I've written. Decoding it is sick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot packed in this little moment.
A candle burns twice as bright goes. Oh, damn. Twice as bright
Canada.
burns
Yes,
burns twice as bright, only lasts half as long. I think he
yes.
said that.
Yeah, that's a great, great line. I love it.
Yeah. I was like, dang. Maybe you don't want to do that.
But it's sort of like, when where there was so many times when you see these like bright young stars that kind of reach fame fast, and then
Mhm.
suddenly you hear that they're gone, and they kind of leave this legacy, and so it reminds me of that.
Oh, thank you, Joseph Begay. Yeah, a candle that burns twice as bright lasts half as long.
Yes.
Okay.
There it is.
There it is.
Burns so very brightly.
Brightly
You're burned.
Roy. In other words,
You
you'll
should
take
be
what you
happy to
got and
be just
like it.
yeah. You should be happy to be the best thing we've ever done.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this was crazy. Oh, this was so messed up.
Ah! Oh gosh. Oh man.
Oh, this was messed up. Yep, Solomon Thornton, the creation killing the creator.
Ah, gross.
Like he went and killed him. Sorry, my allergies are killing me.
Mine too. Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh no, Sebastian.
No.
No. Even
And
the
that
owl
owl.
had to look away. He was like, "Ah, man, I can't look." You've done it now.
Mm-hmm. Love the light on him.
Oh, it's so good. So creepy and
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
you
know
just
this tunnel in LA.
it survives the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got little people.
I
Just
know.
saying. Oh, poor Sebastian. And what? Working. That's what I'm doing. Happy hunting. Have a better one. Instead of a good one, have a better one. Stunt Brat says, Lorena, I've worked in that tunnel several times. LOL. Really?
That was her.
Chris.
That should have been them leaving. Oh, they were stealing his car, stealing parts from his car. They're like, "Yeah, we got this part." And now they're fighting each other for it.
His car was almost on cinder blocks, right?
Just for us to staying still for a few minutes.
Oh my gosh. Rick Manellis, hello, says, hi, folks. Sorry to have been MIA. No worries, no worries.
Oh, yeah,
You
so good
guys
to
are,
see you.
yes, you guys arrive precisely when you intend to.
Oh, this music's so good. And I love the way she's like, okay, I could run right now, or I could just stay here and pretend to be one of the toys. It's so cool. Love that. I remember seeing that when I was a kid and just being like, oh, that is so cool.
It's also one of the creepiest things in
Yes.
at Halloween Horror Nights. They had the haunted house
Oh.
for Insidious. And in two of the rooms, it looked like the further where it had, like mannequins, but not all of them were mannequins. Some of them are scare actors.
Oh.
And I saw that in the daylight. I'm like, I'm sorry, this would freak me out. But it's that thing.
Yeah.
It's like, is it real or no? That's not supposed to be alive, and it's coming after me.
Ah, that's so cool.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage, screwed up the bag for so many actors who are little people. Dwarfism, that's such a niche acting category, and it's such a shame.
Yeah.
I know the Wicked movie had several dwarfs in that movie, and it great work because they were
Oh, they
supposed to be in
did?
Munchkin Land. Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I was worried there for a minute that they were people were gonna.
Ah, and that's what made it so good
Yeah.
because you
I
have
would love.
actors and not CGI.
Well, I'd love to see a movie with a majority of the actors being dwarves, and that would be really kind of cool. Or little
Mhm.
people, just to like share a story that's from that
Mhm.
place.
Well, there's a
Really
show
cool.
called Little Women LA, which is
Oh,
boom.
yes, I watched that. Ah, it's so funny.
I'm like, don't mess with these chicks.
Oh yeah, they are no joke. Yeah.
She's looking like, okay, what are you gonna do? There's a reality show for Dwarf
So
West.
cool.
Yes, Solomon, I didn't know that. Oh, this is
Oh, wrestling? I
interesting.
didn't know about the wrestling.
Yes, wrestling. And Brad Williams has a comedy special on YouTube. He is hilarious. Um, was he the midget in Bad Santa? And then Friday in the Dave Chappelle skit, The Portable Stenographer. Yep, this was so eerie.
Yeah. And he's like looking at her like,
I knew this was going to happen. Yep, Thigh Master. Hey, Dance Life at the Kingdom. I fell asleep watching this movie. Really?
Ew.
Her hair is crazy.
Yeah. I don't know why she was playing with him. She had him in her clutches.
This was nuts.
Yeah.
And then he shot her, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this.
Now they had a stunt person for this. With it,
Mhm.
they were doing this for like days and hours. It was like something ridiculous where they were exhausted by the end, and also they did so many takes of the flipping
Mhm.
that it was like they were exhausted by that too. So then they had to replace the original stunt person with a male, a guy,
Mhm.
and put them in the and
Interesting.
yeah, it was a big deal. This scene was really hard to do.
Because I would think that they would have a female stunt person do it. I know back in the day when I used to take
Initially, they did.
gymnastics, that
Yeah,
that will wear you out.
yeah. They initially did, but they had to do too many takes, so
Mm.
that they ended up having to get a male um,
Mhm.
stunt person for the rest of it.
Yeah, Dan's Life at the Kingdom. I heard a cooler blew up in the France pavilion over in Epcot. So
Oh
it
my
looked like
god!
France was on fire. Yeah. Oh, Disney has so many maintenance problems.
Well, that was his mate.
Yeah. It was just me and you, girl.
Poor thing. Oh. Is,
Batty is quite fast. Because that's
yeah.
what he was supposed to be, right?
Yeah, he was really strong and fast and smart.
Mm-hmm.
This
Hi,
part is so
Teresa.
cool.
How you doing, my dear? Good seeing you. It was Martin Muses.
That is so crazy. Look at this. Oh no.
So he started breaking the spigot. And this is for Pris. But screw Leon, right?
I know. I don't know. We did get him in the air. Come on,
Come
Deckard,
on, Deck.
move.
Show us why you're the best Blade Runner that's out there. Yeah, Pris gone, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, so we're like, as the audience is seeing that these their partners or their other counterparts mean something to them.
Mm-hmm.
They at least have empathy for those guys for sure.
Yeah.
So there's some kind of humanity in there, empathy. And so we are also like, oh yeah, he lost all of his friends.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, I think, where the tables are turned now, where we're not really like looking at him as a bad guy necessarily, but also like it's very complicated.
Very
Very,
much
very
so.
dumb. Yeah. Like you want him to succeed, but you also don't want him to get Deckard either.
Yeah.
He's like singing opera.
I know. To stay alive.
And he's all naked, almost naked now. He's like running through.
Dang, Rucker Howard killed this.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're totally like, there's an intimidation factor.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the upper hand.
He's stronger.
Yeah.
Can move faster.
Much, much stronger. Yep.
So Deckard's got
Deckard
to be
lost his,
smart.
yeah, and Deckard also lost his gun.
Mm, exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
So without his gun, can he outsmart the machine?
yeah.
Folks, we are at 1 hour and 40 minutes watching the final cut of Ridley Scott's Blade Runner. Ew, look at the rusty nail.
Ew, ow.
Ew, why is he doing that?
Because he's about to die and he's stopping the virus from taking over his entire body.
Oh, okay, I can see too. I saw him grab his hand, but I'm gonna have to kill you. Okay, yeah, you can tell he's yeah. This dialogue is insane.
He's like, "Get me out of here, this cycle." I'm like beating him up with a pipe and he's still coming at for me.
I'm thinking Batty would rather go out trying to kill Deckard than have that whole end of life for him happen. This is crazy. Oh my gosh.
Well, he has nothing to live for except for revenge at this point, you know.
Just the taunting going on.
I love it. I think this is a special art to create a villain
Mm-hmm.
that is irredeemable. There's Roy Batty has done so much killing and conniving, and he is irredeemable. But still, you care about his character, right?
Yes.
You're still like into what happens to Roy Batty at this point. Like, what is the ending going to be in this story?
Mm-hmm. Because you see different sides. You see different sides of him. Like you were saying, the fact that he was able to make this like bond with Pris and empathy for keeping his group together.
Yeah. This all looks like so. They're in a sound closed in area. I'm not sure if it's a sound stage, but this looks like for sure a real
TDK.
Ooh, the music! Oh my god, the music! Ah, the music cue. Ah!
TDK product placement.
Oh, TDK.
Oh, this was nuts. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he almost made it too.
Where he's standing, the light, the smoke,
Yeah.
everything. The total villain.
And he just
Yeah, Solomon, what a shot indeed.
He's just so easily jumps that, no problem.
That ain't nothing for him.
It's like, you're puny man. To be a slave. I love that line.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Fear the Blade Runners would come after them. Yeah, he did. He spit in his face.
I love that he saved him. I remember reading this part over and over again with my graphic novel and just trying to figure like why did he save him again? Like this is weird. But I figured it out eventually.
It's like, well, why did you save me? So you could kick my ass for real? Kill me for real? Yeah, this was crazy with the dove.
Yeah. Oh man. I love you. I love you.
In the ring.
Oh.
Dang.
Boy, Batty, I love you. Don't die on us.
And as he dies, he lets the dove go.
I always took it as his spirit was going to heaven. Or I don't know, it was so weird as a kid. I was like, oh, his spirit is finally going to heaven. And I was like, it's really like a release of his bondage on and his suffering on Earth.
And I think that's why he saved Deckard from slipping, because he knew he was going to die. And he wanted someone to know.
Be there. Yeah. It's so cool.
It's like, it's weird, but I didn't really understand it at first. And then when he starts talking,
it's a little bit more, you get clear like, oh.
He's like, really? There you go. Jeff walking off in the rain. Who does?
Yeah, that's basically Gaff saying, I'm not going to say anything about what's going on, but yeah, he's supposed to kill Rachel.
The
door is open slightly, so yeah.
It's like, who's in the house? Who's in the house? Girl, you here?
I'm like, the way Rachel sleeps, like, I'm like, who sleeps like this? Oh, who? No. I sleep like that sometimes. I better not say that. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to see anything.
Me, I just face plant.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like, I don't want to know anything exists right now.
I remember when I first saw this movie, I'm like, don't kill her. You can't kill her.
Yes, I thought so too. But then I was like, oh, he just is using his gun hand to.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought he was like, oh, is she alive? And he listens.
Oh, she hid where she knew she'd be safe.
Yeah.
Florida. I trust you.
All right, they're gonna make a run for it, baby.
Let's go. Me and you. We can make it.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
I did too. I really did. I really did like this part.
He's like, it's all clear. Come on through. Come on through. Oh, the little unicorn.
Oh, that was
Right,
proof dude was there.
yeah, that was proof that he was there, but also the unicorn is a memory that only Deckard has. He's not. It's a secret memory. This, according to Scott, this was to tell him that he's a replicant. But without the unicorn memory that we saw, then the movie is just saying, "Hey, I know I was there and I know what's going on." It's that's all. So it's like it depends on what version of this movie you've seen.
I don't remember seeing the unicorn like at all. Douglas Trumbull. He's done so much special effects,
so good
stuff. Like one of the goats, I would say, for lack of a. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. I was like, man, I have got to get that book.
I will just say this with the book, it does get there's a lot of minutia. Oh, yeah, how can I, like there's a lot of stuff in it, but it actually is like really good. I really do love the book and everything that happens in the book. But there's a lot of details in the book, and depending on what kind of a reader you are, it might be boring or it might be exciting. For me, I was like, give me more of this world. You also audiobook is also cool because it kind of something about audiobook. And there are also versions of the audiobook that have been played out like they've actually been, actually played them out like as if with different actors playing the roles and everything. So it actually feels like you're watching or listening to the movie. So I think it's really cool. Whatever version you get, it's a really interesting story that's different from Blade Runner. And of course, yes, this is one of my favorites. I had a great time tonight. It was so much fun.
I am so glad that you did. Once again, this was one of my favorite, or I call like my god tier sci-fi movies like Alien, Blade Runner.
Yeah.
It was just such a different story. And I just found it interesting. It's like, why is it, Deckard goes around, retiring replicants, but yet for whatever reason he couldn't do that with Rachel.
Yeah. It also, goes back to the empathy and building this like she kind of got him out of trouble earlier, and so that would be kind of a slap in the face. Like, I saved your life, though.
Yeah. So don't
Sorry, you
you
got
owe
it.
me? So
Yeah,
if I save your life, you won't kill me. That's like the implied bargain.
yeah,
So having her do that, that does something to him where, you know.
yeah. He's not cold. He's got a heart. And even you
Absolutely.
sense, like, when he does have to do what he does to Zora afterwards, he looks like he's gonna throw up. He's
Mhm.
he's not okay with it, and, uh, there are just certain moments where he's just, like, wondering what he's, not ready to, like, do the deed.
Mhm.
But he has to do the deed. Like, that's the uh, they force him into doing it. If you go
Mhm.
over the dialogue in the at the police chief's office, they basically say you have to do it. There's no other one. And
Mhm.
also, what other thing I was gonna think of? The motivation in this, of course, is for him doing the jobs because he has to. They're threatening him that if he doesn't, things happen to small people if you're not in the force. Um, and in the book, his motivation is to buy an electric sheep or to buy an electric animal to show his peers that he has empathy. Very different framework,
Hmm.
which is really, really insightful. I really would love for somebody to try to do that, but just don't call it Blade Runner. Call it call it by the name of the book, but
Yeah.
just like I know somebody was thinking about that rebooting Blade Runner, but making it like the book. Like, no, 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 that's the reason why it's not called that. It's called something else, which I love the fact that they used to do that in Hollywood. They wouldn't just take they would actually give a story its own name and say like, "Hey, this is influenced by this thing, but it isn't exactly this thing."
Mhm.
Yeah, I wish we could get back to that instead of like, "Oh yeah, we're doing the live action of this book," but then it's like, they've taken out all the cool things that make it that story. So
Yeah. I mean, I always wanted to read the book, so I
mm,
cannot wait to check it out, and
so
getting on Audible, that's pretty much any way I really get to get to read
yeah, yeah,
any books of late, but I kinda agree, it's like the book is the book, the film interpretation is the film interpretation.
yeah.
I kind of like that distinction between
Mm,
the, because let's just face it, the movie will never be the book. It's
yeah.
it's just not possible if you know how things go in film and you read the book, you're just like, okay, no, they're not going to do that. Or with the movies, like, no, you can't have all this internal dialogue because who's going to sit there and watch it? It's just one of those things. But Darth Plato, I want to thank you so, so, so very much for the super chat. Here you go. I love that clip so darn much. Thank you for $10, and thank you so much for being a member of the channel, my dear. So appreciate it. The idea of Deckard being a replicant undermines the story of the movie. Ridley does a disservice to viewers by insisting that Deckard is a replicant. I personally was in the camp that Deckard was not a replicant, because for me, and this is just me, my opinion, and $2 probably won't buy you a cup of coffee at Starbucks, but the contrast between the fact that Decker goes around killing replicants, okay, retiring replicants. And the one replicant that he could not, it took him, what they said, what did you ask, like over 100 questions or something like that. The idea that he would, quote unquote, fall in love with a replicant as a human, how would that work? So I kind of, so in my head they weren't the same, because it's just like you have a romantic connection now to something that you used to kill. So for me, I didn't like with Denis Villeneuve's version. I did not like that Deckard was a replicant. To me, that seemed, again, this is me. To me, that seemed too easy.
Mm.
But the line that Jeff had said, that, and to paraphrase, that she's gonna die, but basically everybody does
Yeah, who does,
eventually.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, who
Well,
does?
I don't mind him being a replicant at all. And I'll probably go into more detail as I think about it. But I know for some people they are one of the biggest problems was that Deckard, since he is the human in the story and he is sort of like the one you kind of glom onto his experience, it maybe it detaches people from the story to know that he's actually a replicant. It's like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. But there are ways of looking at it if he could be a replicant. I think the reason why Scott actually comes up with the idea like, oh yeah, like he definitely is a replicant in later years, and not necessarily when he specifically made the movie. It's just certain things that are kind of dropped hints at in the story,
Mhm.
but also there's more evidence to say that he's human at the same time. So it is definitely a great argument. We'll probably need 4 hours to really dive into it. But it's like, to me, it's like, okay, if he's a replicant, I'm cool with it. If he's not, I'm still cool with it. I think for a lot of
Mhm.
people, it is because for him to be a replicant just detaches them to who he is in the story, you know?
Mhm. Yeah. That I if well, I'm thinking, if I was Ridley Scott, I would have just left it out there as just one of those things to be debated,
Yes.
because I love the debate. Is he a
Yeah.
replicant? Is he not? Is
Yeah.
he not a replicant? So having that discussion, kind of like, the world, like, how many licks does it take to get to a center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
Yeah, different. Depends on the person eating the
Mm-hmm.
pop. Yeah, it's really a great conversation to have, and yeah, like I do agree. It should have always been a mystery, um, but the comments are just
Yeah, I love it. I love it because, in a way,
it's okay.
I love the conversation
Yes.
that it sparks, and all, like the pro and con discussion. So it's like, whether you think Decker is a replicant, whether you think he's not a replicant, guess what? You're gonna watch my movie.
Yeah, and it's even in the book, there was a point in which Deckard is definitely a human in the book, but there's a point where he's like, he's so scared out of his mind that he thinks maybe am I? He wouldn't know, right? Because they implanted all these memories, and so that could be he didn't know whether he was a replicant or not, and some other people were testing to see if they were replicants too. It's one of those things like you're going about your day and you think you have memories of your past, but they aren't. If they're implanted, you just think that they're part of an implant, right?
Hmm.
Philip K. Dick, I think he also was the inspiration for Total Recall. Am I not correct? See,
Yes.
nerds and
Hmm.
nerds gather around. Is that true? And I think he must have been playing around with this idea of memories, because Total Recall is another one where you're like, hey, if you implanted the memories of you going to, travel the Swiss Alps, then that's in there. You took the entire family to the Swiss Alps. That's not, you know.
Absolutely. The idea of, oh, well, if you can't go, guess what? Then we'll imprint the memories,
Yeah.
of you being there, and to kind of spoil the Denis Villeneuve version of Blade Runner, because I don't particularly care for it. Uh, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting guy's name, but the main character that's in it, he thinks that he is the child of Rachel and Deckard, but it turns out, guess what? He's not. It was a memory implant.
Oh. Yeah, no, no, I did not see, that yet. I heard that it's a visual spectacle. I wasn't really thrilled with the idea of a lot of the things that I saw from the commercials and stuff, or the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some story plot things that I was like, "Ugh." Um, and
Yeah.
I I'm more interested in something. I just would like to believe that, Deckard and Rachel went, off, to, like, Seattle, and they had a great time, and
Yeah.
they just lived happily ever after, and, this other thing is like an alternate universe,
Mm-hmm.
um, idea, which is, whatever. Um, yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I will see it because I heard that it is gorgeous, and I want Villeneuve. Some of his storytelling I'm not so crazy about, but his
Neither am
visual
I.
style is just breathtaking. So I wanted to see, some of the visual things about this
Mm-hmm.
movie. You know, that,
Absolutely. Because while I am a purist, I love David Lynch's Dune. I Will Die
oh
on This
yes,
Hill. I
yes.
love it. Um, Denis
Oh
Villeneuve's
my favorite,
version of Dune, beautiful cinematography.
gorgeous. Yeah.
I'll give him that. But story wise, I was like, yeah,
Well, the
no.
second, I really loved the first movie. I thought it was really great, but they weren't able to do the same thing. I guess the second movie really fell apart for me. I walked out of the theater very unhappy. Again, a visually stunning movie, absolutely incredible what they were able to do visually, nailed
Hmm.
a lot of things, but just did not complete. They changed the story actually in a way in which I'm like, whoa,
Yeah, I didn't like that either. You know, how they
how does
made
that work?
I didn't like it. I didn't like how they made Johnny's father, and I'm blanking. Javier Bardem played him. Basically made him seem like a religious fanatic. And the fact that they were from the South.
Yeah,
And I was just like, I was like, I didn't like that. Granted, I sat through the whole entire movie, but when that happened, I'm just like, no, I don't like that. And yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Chani was not the
I'm
Chani
with
from the
you.
books.
Yeah, I agree 100% because Chani, the world in which she lives in, she knew exactly what she was in for being with um oh, I can't remember his name.
Up at
Um
the Paul Atreides.
Paul Atreides, yes, there we go. I'm sounding like a noob.
Oh, it's
Sorry,
okay.
I am entering my senior years coming up, so please bear with me. And it's really funny because I felt as if Chani was so strong in the books. Like this girl is super strong. In this in the movie, she felt like she was falling apart all the time. Like, why are you so upset about this? Why are you upset so like what? And so, but in the books, she's a rock.
Absolutely. She knows exactly um why Paul has to marry Princess Irulan, and she has no problem with that, because Paul even says, he feels like he did the same thing his father did. He's like, Chani, I should have married you, but you know, this is what I had to do for the sake of keeping the peace. And she understood her place with that. But in Villeneuve's version, it's I said, I really didn't. I really didn't like that. It's just, it's
Yeah.
not, it's not the Dune. It's not the Dune that I know. It's not from the. I mean, David Lynch's Dune was so good. I went and got the first 3 books.
Oh,
I think I
yes,
read
yes, me
Dune
too.
Messiah, and Children of Dune. So I read
Alright.
all three of those books. It's been a while, but that was definitely
Oh,
not the
yeah.
Shawnee that I
I had
remember
to
at
stop
all.
at 8. I stopped at 8 because it was he finished it, chapter, it was, the last one he did, which I remember that's 6, 1, 2, 6, and then I did 2 more, which was the prequels that his son wrote. Which I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
"Okay." It was really interesting, and so, yeah, uh, it gets really good, and for all of the people who are like, "Oh, the feminism or whatever,
Mhm.
the patriarchy, matriarchy thing," I'm like, it really, really gets even better if you ask me, especially when you get to God Emperor.
Mm.
It's really, really, like, out there. It's like a story like you've never heard before. And then later on, there this faction of women that are essentially warriors. Okay, so every little problem you think you have with women not being, featured or somehow put down in any of the stories, the later stories, it gets even, like, more intense. There's actually, like, a faction of ladies that are just trying to take over the universe. It's really amazing.
All I know is, man, the Benny Gesserit, they were my favorite
Oh,
out of the
me
books because
too.
they were flipping ruthless. Absolutely. I freaking love them. I love them. Similar thing happened to the new Shogun series. Yes, yes, it
Ah,
did. If you
ah.
have not watched Shogun, the new series or one that's on FX, you need to watch it because that thing is,
Oh.
it's amazing. To me, it's better than the one that was in the 80s, but it's
Ooh, that's hard to do.
especially
Good.
because so much of the dialogue is in Japanese with subtitles, Portuguese with subtitles, and then you have English thrown in there. So it kind of gives you a better idea of what was going on at that particular
Oh.
point in time. And that just lent a crazy amount of authenticity to the story. So just saying, throwing that out there, that's a good one to watch. But yeah, I Blade Runner, I love this movie. It's
Yeah.
back to what was it? The back to sorry, I had to brain fart for a minute. Again, it's one of those OG sci-fi standards that I
Yeah.
love from the 80s. It's entertaining, it makes you think, it's visually stunning, and some great performances in here. Like Rutger Hauer was I forgot all about Harrison Ford, honestly. And
He
I
stole the
was just,
movie.
yeah,
He stole the
yeah,
movie.
yeah. It's an awesome movie. And just, watching him, seeing Daryl Hannah. It's it is truly a gold standard when it comes to sci-fi movies. And like Retro Nerd Girl and I have said, you will see so many films, anime, especially cyberpunk, that will borrow from Blade Runner. As soon as you see it, you're like, that kind of looks like Blade Runner,
Yeah.
you know? Kind of looks like that. So I hope you all enjoyed this watch party for Blade Runner. Again,
Yes.
it's one of my favorites. If you do not have the sucker on physical media, you need to get it on physical media, especially if you are a student of cinematography.
Yes,
You need to watch
definitely. Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Such a fun one. Well, next week, and judging by the likes, you guys are really looking forward to this one. We are going to be watching Jim Henson's The Dark
Yes.
Crystal,
A dark crystal.
a movie that freaked me out between Fizzgig and the Skeksis that we thought was dead and wasn't really dead, right? Freaked me out.
Skeksis want peace.
Hmm. Oh, it was
Oh man,
crazy, but
I loved every minute of it.
I loved everything about The Dark Crystal. So we're gonna be checking that movie out next week, and it's going to be awesome. So I hope you will definitely join us for that. Retro
Yes.
Nerd Girl, I'm so glad you're on the watch party with me this evening.
Oh,
Please let the
this is
folks.
the question.
You are very welcome. I will always love hearing your input. That's why I have you as my wing woman on these. Where can people find you, and what do you have going on?
Well, if you're not familiar with me, I have a channel in which I do a lot of reviews for older movies. I've actually got a review for The Dark Crystal, so if you want a little bit of homework, you can head over there and watch that video. I also have a talk about it too that's like kind of 2 hours long. That's how much I love this movie. But I also do watch parties as well, usually earlier in the day on Saturday. I do a Saturday matinee. Today I did, which one was it? I forgot already. My brain is
The
my
Rocketeer.
brain, the Rocketeer. Thank you. My brain is already Swiss cheese. The Rocketeer, also another oldie, and I actually really like. If you haven't seen it in a while, I do urge you to check out The Rocketeer again. It'll surprise you how good it is. And also, I do other things during the week, so go to my channel, check things out, and see if there's anything there that you like. Subscribe if you can. That would help me out so much. And also, make sure that you subscribe to this lady over here. She's pretty dynamite.
Oh, well, thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Let's see, your girl, I've pretty much been taking it easy this week, but tomorrow at 8 p.m., of course, is the Welcome to Florida show. Crazy Florida man stories as always. So please do come and join the show, because you guys in the chat are my co-host for that show. And hopefully Culture Casino will be back so we can have
Ooh.
fun laughing and cringing. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have some body cam footage for you guys to see. So you do not want to miss that. And let's see, Monday I'll be at the Magic Kingdom, checking out, the Easter decorations and stuff that's going on in the park. And then we're going to go over to the Grand Floridian and look at all the chocolate egg creations that they have there. It's amazing. And they've got like a little cottage to sell disrespectful treats.
Oh God.
So we're going to see that. We're going to see that as well. So that's going to be a great time. And Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, the Spice Lounge. Man, Snow White is the gift that keeps on giving to my channel.
No
So we're
way.
going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the absolute disaster that Captain America Brave New World
Oh
actually
no.
turned out to be. And of course, Hot Topic. So that's going to be a fun show. Make sure you join us for all of that. Stunt Bread, I think I did. I'm like behind on watching stuff, but I've got it starred in my email. So thank you. Thank you so much. All right, folks. As always, thank you so much for your support. Please do make sure you subscribe to this lady right here.
Thank
Please
you.
make sure that you subscribe to me. Make sure you thumbs up this video over on YouTube and heart the stream over on X, because we have so many of you guys there on X. And I also want to thank all of my viewers, that are outside of the United States. UK, I see you. India, I see you. Canada, I see you. Australia, I see you. The Philippines, I see you. So you
Ooh.
guys are amazing. Thank you so, so, so very much for watching my channel. Appreciate it. I apologize for the American English, but it's okay. We'll get we'll get through it. Take care. Much love. God bless everyone.
Bye,
See you
guys.
soon. Bye.